Hey everyone, Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker, greatest screenwriter in the history of the world, recovering hobo, and I am part of a very special project I want to tell you all about. I'm so excited about this. This is a project from one of my favorite directors and writers, Alex Proyas. He's directed at least two of my favorite movies. I say at least two. Dark City, just formative for me. Like, one of the films that made me want to be a director, and later on I discovered I wanted to be a writer as well. I was just obsessed with it as a teenager. And Knowing, which came out much later in 2009 with Nicolas Cage, and that just blew me away, just stunned me, shook me, provoked me. Incredible. And also, I love Gods of Egypt. I have to say that is like a monumental adventure movie. Lots of commercials, music videos, those influenced me as well, and short films, and that's what I'm getting to with this. Alex has been active on social media, interacting with people, sharing content, creating videos on YouTube. Then he created a Vidiverse, which is a streaming platform for short films, which he shares revenues with the filmmakers, and it's great. I subscribe to it. I encourage you to join. It's like, I don't want to quote the price, but like $3 or $4 a month. But anyways, very cool. One of the films you can see on there is Mask of the Evil Apparition, a film that he and a small crew and a few actors made in his virtual studio in Sydney, Australia. His virtual studio is like maybe what you've heard about The Mandalorian, where they can rig a computer-generated environment to a camera, basically. So it's like if you move the camera, the perspective will change within the environment. Basically, it gives you some freedom to create a virtual set in a green space, a green screen studio that he built. And it was kind of an experiment, won a bunch of awards. Now he's making another short film, Dark Sister. So this is the project. I want to tell you all about this because I really just want to show how cool this is to you. He's been interacting with fans so long. He's been so cool, I gotta say, to me and my mom. We're both huge fans of his. And in addition to making his YouTube videos and then putting stuff on Vidiverse, now he's making this short film, Dark Sister, which is going to be sort of like a precursor in a way, is my understanding of it, of a feature-length version sort of that story called Sister Darkness. And he's making Dark Sister in his virtual studio. He shot it. He's created some of the shots. He spent a lot of his own money on it. And I'm actually really proud that he's now put out a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo for it. It's in the description. Check it out. I'll put it in the comments too. First of all, I donated to that like as soon as I could. I was so excited and proud to donate because I'm like, he isn't just asking us for help. He is, but he's giving us the privilege of, first of all, where he's come to, where he's ready to include us in his filmmaking. In other words, he's been putting out stuff, interacting with people, answering questions for years and years. He used to have a website in the early 2000s where he would answer fan questions on a message board before Facebook was around. And I was 17 years old asking him questions on there. I thought it was so freaking cool that he had a website where you could ask him questions. Then when he got on Facebook, like however many years later, 14 years later or so, I couldn't believe he was on there. I saw he was on there. I'm like, Alex, I can't believe it. I was on your old website. And he remembered me. So cool. And he was just formative. His movie, like Dark City, was one of the first movies I saw. I saw it when I was 16. Not one of the first movies I saw. First movies I saw where I could feel everything the director was trying to say. I was like, oh, this isn't just entertainment. There's a person behind the camera who's got a strong point of view and is trying to tell me something. So I had always loved movies, but movies were generally like entertainment to me. This kind of like, it was like deepening my understanding of movies and how I felt about them. And it wasn't long after I decided I want to be a director. Like if I could do anything, I would make movies as perfect as that. I kept watching it in high school. I was obsessed with it. I would talk to people so much about it. I know they got sick of it because I heard from other people they were sick of how much I was talking about Dark City. But who's got the last laugh now? Because now I'm partnered with Alex on this in a manner of speaking. I donated, which means like I'm one of the people helping create this. I donated for myself and my mom. There are perks on the donation page, so you can check those out. So first of all, I say just check it out. Just no pressure. See if you just like it and you're excited by it. And if you just find it inspirational that Alex is including us in something, like he's built up this relationship with his fans where we're not just fans, we're participating with him, we're co-creators, and where he feels he's ready to take that step to include us in it. He wouldn't have felt ready for that a year ago or 2 years ago. And the fact that he's put so much of his own money into this film already, he just wants to help to get the film completed. He shot it, they've already done a lot of special effects on it. His crew has worked on it in between other projects. And again, it's a studio he's built. So he's really trying to pioneer something. And I know someday I'm going to work with him on something. Like, we'll have some project. I'll be in his studio shooting one of my movies someday. And I say that even though I know it sounds like, wow, what a lofty ambition. Yeah, now it means I'm accountable to it now that I speak it. Anyway, so I want to tell you all that because I'm so proud of Alex for that. And I know that sounds weird. You're proud of him for asking for people to help fund his film? Yes, because it means he's built up this relationship with us, his fans. He's been so cool to me. Like, I've interacted with him on Facebook. So cool, so supportive. He's laughed at my videos. I've been on his live streams, supported them. I saw his first YouTube video. It was a small video, but it was not a small idea. It was a little like mini teaser for his film, The New World, that he's been planning, and then COVID came and put all that into whatever you would say, flux. I don't know. I can't think of the word right now. Dark Sister is a short film he wants to complete using his virtual studio. Using the virtual studio dramatically reduces the need to spend money on sets, on locations, and also expands their ability to shoot in, virtual locations where you would have limited access. So like real buildings, real streets, shooting at certain times of day, like magic hour. This gives you the opportunity to shoot as much as you want there. So instead of having maybe an hour or a few hours or whatever, you could have a few days. So that's incredible. And also it opens up the possibility of making sets that don't exist anywhere, that are extremely exaggerated. Dark Sister is a gothic horror film, as he describes it, and I'm just so proud to be a part of making it. Like, I just donated, right away. But I don't even pressure people to donate. I say, check it out. See if you're inspired by it. I want to give this to you. Just watch the 4-minute or so teaser that Alex puts up and watch him talk about the film. See if it inspires you as a filmmaker, as a person interested in film or art or stories, or a writer or cinematographer, or whatever you're doing, because this is going to be the future in many ways of filmmaking, is virtual filmmaking. And Alex saw that. I just admire that so much. Like, it is so inspirational. It uplifts me. It gives me dreams to see him going after that. And I rewatched Dark City again lately. Still so inspiring. Like, his films are amazing. Like, they're films that grab me where I'm like, how does this guy exist? I hate to make it sound like I'm just blowing smoke, up his whatever. I really am inspired by his films, love his films. I wouldn't be the filmmaker I am. I wouldn't be in LA. I wouldn't have gone through all the stuff that I've gone through. I wouldn't have strove nearly as much for my film career as if I didn't have that sort of part of my dream there. And it makes me think, who knows what other filmmakers never were, never came, that could have been like that. They just somehow didn't. So I just encourage people, check it out. Check out his YouTube channel, Mystery Clock Productions. Or I'm sorry, did I miss the name? Is it Mystery Clock Cinema? He's made a bunch of YouTube videos, including like little film school type videos of his own techniques of filmmaking and insights that he has after having had now a 30 plus year film career. Excuse me. And I'm just so excited for that. And I can't wait to see Dark Sister come to fruition. I'm just so glad he's doing this. He's taking a big step, a big chance, and I think it's fantastic. And the perks, you look on the Indiegogo page, you see the perks. You get certain credits on the film. You get like a digital poster. At a certain tier, you get like a signed poster, and you get major producer credits. Seeing people go after their dream, it kind of makes the common, the ordinary world, the everyday mundane melt away, and see someone. It sounds weird to say boldly go somewhere because now it evokes Star Trek, but to boldly go after something that he feels so strongly about, not just strongly about, he's very good at it, and it inspires people like me and my mom. She loves his films. She loved Knowing. She loved Gods of Egypt. That's really cool when I see filmmakers that can channel something in my mom, sometimes we don't always love the same movies. I can tell it's like, something like it doesn't hit for her, but it hits for me. But I know there needs to be such a power to a story, and like almost it can look at it as a simplicity to the story that's so powerful. Like Stuart Beattie, the writer of Collateral, says he writes simple stories with complex characters. In a way, I suppose you could look at every good story or movie like that. I suppose. I mean, look at them for yourself. But check out the campaign. I'm just so proud to be a part of this. I'm like, am I know it sounds super fanboyish and stuff. And if you're watching this, you don't know who I am. I don't know. Check out my other videos. You see, I'm just a normal guy in Hollywood, come from Virginia, was homeless for a few years, being a homeless filmmaker, because I knew that was going to be my way into making movies. Taking screenwriting courses, doing lots of writing, lots of reading, training so hard. I never believe I'm training hard enough to get my writing to like a really high, like totally clear, powerful level to get out the stories that I want to tell and evolve what are the stories I want to tell. So the stories I might have wanted to tell a few years ago aren't the same ones now. Some kind of are. I do have some very specific dreams of stories I want to tell. But anyways, check out Alex's Indiegogo campaign. If you feel more compelled then to just check it out and feel inspired by it and watch the video of this thing he's creating, which years ago you would have required massive special effects crew to make and a lot of money, and now the tools are getting more and more accessible to where he can get smaller crews to make them. And share it if you feel compelled. And beyond that, if you feel even more compelled, like as I did, and if you feel some connection to it or something powerful, donate. But I just want to encourage Alex, first of all, if you're seeing this, what's up? Encourage you to keep going. I know you will. Encourage other people to dream, go after what you're inspired by. I know how the mundane world can drag you down. Believe me, like everybody does. Alex knows it better than most. And we all know like the everyday mundane needs that we have can threaten to drown out our dreams. And I've had those moments where I feel like it's suffocating my dream, like it's strangling it. And it's almost too painful to have this dream that I don't think I'm ever going to have in a way. And the problem, but it was a good problem to have, like when I was doing this, I was back in Virginia working as a bouncer in a dive bar, was as much as I felt like my dream was suffocating, problem was like I could never, I don't want to get too graphic with the metaphor, but like never sort of asphyxiate or suffocate it enough to where it went away. No matter what, it always came back and even stronger. So it was almost like giving my dream a workout. Like, oh, you thought you could, wrestle me down? I come back even stronger. Until it was the point where like my body was screaming, I have to go after this. I'm a filmmaker. I'm lying by not being a filmmaker. I have to do this. I'm lying to everybody around me by pretending to be this other person, by pretending to be this person working this job or in this life or whatever. And I had to go to LA, and Alex Proyas was a huge influence getting me there. So again, not to sound super fanboyish, hey, he's just a human being, but certain people in your life are meaningful, and I'm convinced Alex and I are going to work together somehow. Again, not being fanboyish, just means like I'm going to work for it, and I want to be held accountable to that. And if I sound foolish, good. That means not many other people are trying what I'm trying. It means I really got to work at my screenwriting, really got to be serious about dedicating myself to this every day, and try new things. I try, learning in different ways, reading novels, reading screenplays, writing, different writing exercises, clearing my mind sometimes. Seeing Alex do this different type of filmmaking now, I mean, it's been around, and The Mandalorian famously is a show that uses a virtual studio, but that's a Disney production, big budget thing. Alex is doing this, basically, my understanding is out of his own finances, and now he's at the point where he's including us. So this is kind of a bold experiment in filmmaking. I totally applaud Alex for doing that. I appreciate you all listening. I just say this because it's meaningful to me. I'm not going to get any extra benefit personally. Well, I will, in that I appreciate it, but I'm just a contributor. But in being a contributor, I am a part of the team, and you are too. Even if you just share the link for the Indiegogo page, you're a part of that team too. So see if it inspires you and motivates you, and if you feel so compelled, donate to help get the film made. It's great to see someone going after this. I got off track when I was talking about Alex putting up a little teaser of The New World, a film he was working on. He just put up a little video, looked like he shot on his cell phone, and I think he slowed it down. It was like in black and white, and he appeared to be on a boat, and it was just showing the wake of the boat and some text kind of hinting at the ideas of this film. Once he did that, That might have been his first YouTube video, I don't know. I was so excited because I thought, yes, Alex now sees an opportunity on YouTube. That means that's like sort of a seed that's going to grow and expand outward. That's like a plant that's going to stretch out and find new sources of, support, and also uplift others on there. And I was so excited, and I swear, I'm like, I don't know if anyone else understands why I'm excited. They probably did, they should. Now we see how far this has come. So from one little YouTube video, now he's got his own studio. So do you want to be a part of that process? Again, I'm not making it sound like, like it's everything, this is your whole life, but for me, it's a dream. So check it out if you want to see what inspires me. If you want to be inspired, look at Alex Proyas' campaign for Sister Darkness, or Dark Sister, excuse me. Sister Darkness is going to be the feature he's planning on making, and Dark Sister is sort of like a proof of concept in addition to its own creation. And I'm so excited to be a part of it. Oh, also when you donate, you get free memberships depending how much you donate to his Vidiverse streaming platform for streaming short films and features as well. And someday I'll be on there too. I'm in no rush because I'm trying to build up my screenwriting. I could go out and make a short film. Maybe it'd be quality enough to get on there, but right now I'm taking a calculated decision of focusing on my screenwriting, keeping my day job going so I can pay for my screenwriting classes, support myself. And when I'm really ready to launch my screenwriting career, try and maybe do that in tandem somehow with directing. And again, my mom's a big supporter of this too. She wants to see this film. She wants to see something spooky, Alex. Remember that, spooky and mysterious, so put lots of fog in there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out the link. Go subscribe to Alex's channel. Think about that. Let me know what you think.